So.
All right, now we're live here. Sorry about that. We get a little bit too used to the auto stream feature here on Sim Racing Media, but we are live, ready to rock and roll. I'm Liam Ervig with Alan Bergen up in the booth, and we do apologize for that faux pas that we had going on there.
The part of live television. Excuse me. Well, there's the grid one more time.
Yeah, for the first time. Sam Taylor over Adam Boughton, Dylan Picklesheimer, Doug D. Nice, Alan Holtzman, Pete Walsh, Stan Carnathan, Dwayne Furtick, Michael Carter, and Kyle Diaz round out the top 10. Waylon Turner and Tyler Burden make up row number 6. Then we move on to Bradley Rivers, Kent Mueller, Aaron Miller, Robert Roth, Michael York, 17 South, John Osborne, Travis Gilbert, Tay McDonald, and Kane Lee rounding out the field here in Atlanta. You notice I called it Atlanta Super Speedway there on the graphic because this is going to race like a super speedway. We've got 28 degrees of banking. It's a brand new repave, so there's a lot of grip on this racetrack. It's going to be tough to try to make passes here because there's so much there's so much going on in front of you. Lights are off on top of the pace car. We are ready to take the green here. Sam Taylor in that white number 3 Goodwrench machine. Adam Boughton in the Arnold Palmer Arizona T. Number 94 to his outside. Dylan Picklesheimer in that number 9 machine. Doug D. Nice, the D. Nice Designs, number 40 to his outside. So as Sam Taylor gets ready to lead him down, just a couple things to mention before we get going here. Got to enter the pits in turn 3, similar to how NASCAR does. We don't have the markings there, but if you're going to make a green flag pit stop, you got to come in under the line into turn 3. And also, speaking of that line, out of bounds is definitely going to be in effect here, so you cannot go below that double white line with the red in the middle to make a pass. Pace car makes that hard left turn. Sam Taylor leads over Adam Boughton, Dylan Picklesheimer, Doug D. Nice. Green flag is in the air, and we are rolling for 250 miles here in Hotlanta.
250 miles indeed. And we are down and away as the field goes off from turn number 1.
Adam Boughton stays strong up on that top side. Already down to the bottom goes Rivers. He's going to try to back up to the tail end of this field. Might see a little bit more of that as this race continues on, but the inside lane prevails right now. Sam Taylor, he's got a push from Picklesheimer down on the bottom. He's going to lead lap number 1 here in Atlanta. Boughton not going anywhere on the top side, and now you see Picklesheimer moves down to the bottom. He's trying to take away the race lead from Sam Taylor. He's got help from the 24 of Alan Holtzman.
You know, I was talking to Adam Boughton earlier before the race started, Liam, and he said he was going to... I asked him what the strategy was. I said, you got to start in the back and kind of let the race come to you. He said, no, I'm going to qualify towards the front. I want to lead as many laps as I can.
Big time block there out of Picklesheimer. Boughton
Nice
did a very
block.
good job starting up in the front. He started up in the second place, but right now he's stuck up on the top side, falling backwards.
And in a hurry. It looks like we got that 94 car. That's Adam Boughton there. And, you know, I said, well, Adam, you could lead all 163 laps. He goes, that's impossible. I said, weirder things have happened, buddy. As we're on board with Adam Bowden right now.
48 moves down to the inside. He's able to take away that position. Rocking an Air Jordan Jumpman paint scheme. That's Michael York. Inside lane seems to be where it's at. Dylan Picklesheimer continues to lead, but as these laps continue on, Alan, do you think these guys are going to have to worry about handling? Maybe widen up the racetrack a little bit?
I think they are. I mean, these cars handle really loose right now, you know, on this racetrack, but I mean, you're going to have two lines anyways, and that's what I like about the new configurations. I think it creates better racing. Although I do like the old version a lot better.
That was so much fun to drive, but these guys get to drive around all of each other pretty much from start to finish under this new configuration. That car in the wall in the back, that's... looks like 17 South. No, just in front of him, it's Waylon Turner. 17 South at the tail end of this draft. He's not sure what he had going on there. About 7/10 off of the rest of the pack, but Waylon Turner makes hefty contact to the outside wall, and you can see him diving down to the inside into turn number 3 to commit to making that green flag pit stop.
Yeah, unfortunately, tough break. Not the way you want to start your race 8 laps into this piece.
Looking at 17 South now, he has completely lost the draft of Kane Lee. That 91 Sprite machine sitting at the tail end of this lead draft. Got another one. Looks to have been in the wall. That's Stan Carnathan falling back a considerable amount. He was just running up in the top 3, top 5.
I mean, he could be, you know, buying his time there in that rapid fire pizza Chevrolet. You know, maybe kind of fall back and let these guys race it out for a little bit. Gosh, man, I do love that. Oh, I love that view right there. All the cars kind of snaking in and out. '22 car Travis Gilbert there. It's a good looking paint scheme there on that 22 Ford.
And the D-Nice Designs machine moving down at the bottom side of Sam Taylor to take away 7th place. Now he's got Bradley Rivers looking to his inside as he moves up to try to take some draft from Michael York. To the top side of the racetrack goes that 3. Not quite enough space to make a move happen. He's disappearing for a moment as Tay McDonald. He's right back in line.
Yeah. So remember, these guys cannot go below the white line there. So the out of bounds rule is in effect. As Dylan Picklesheimer continues to lead this piece on number 9 Napa know-how car, and he's showing the field that he's got a lot of Napa know-how.
Yeah, and if you guys were just tuning in on Sim Racing Media about an hour before we went green here, the ISNF Cup Series finished off with Joey Maines in that Napa number 9 taking the race win. Dylan Picklesheimer hoping he can continue on with that luck he might even not know exists, with 2 Napa 9 cars going back-to-back with race wins on Sim Racing Media.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
It would make a lot of Chase Elliott fans happy, I'll tell you that. And there's a lot of those fans. They would be pumped to see that number 9 car win earlier today, tonight, maybe even tomorrow too, as they go to Circuit of the Americas.
I think you're going to low-key root for Chase Elliott tomorrow.
I'm not. No chance in hell. No, I'm not a Chase Elliott fan, but I am well aware that he is the most popular driver. He is a charismatic... No, he's not. He is a great driver. He is incredibly talented, and, you know, there's a reason that people like him. It's because he's good.
I mean, look, you can't be Awesome Bill from Dawsonville's son and not be good.
No, you've got Awesome Chase from the same place.
Nice, I love it. Is he aware that you just came up with this nickname?
Oh no, there was another word that came up in front of instead of awesome.
as we are focused here on the front of the field. And we
Aaron
got
Miller in that Wendy's machine. He is trying to figure out which lane to go with. He sees Tay McDonald up on the top side, starting to make hay up on the outside. We haven't seen that happen quite yet, but now that it's happening, Bradley Rivers, he's not able to get up, but that 10 car, he's thought a lot about getting up in front of Tay McDonald, trying to utilize that draft. Now Tay McDonald up on the outside. He's got a push from Travis Gilbert. Gilbert wasn't racing with us last week. He, I believe was suspended for a week, but he won the week prior, so he's trying to make it 2 in a row for starts for him. Maybe not on the season.
Yeah, as we watch Travis Gilbert there in that 22 car, keep in mind he just got off that 1 week suspension, and now he starts at 6-week probation, which means he cannot qualify or get bonus points.
No, he cannot, but not qualifying doesn't seem to have hurt him at all here in Atlanta. He's all the way up to the 7th position. Working that top side, trying to push Tay McDonald, and we can see that the 10 of Aaron Miller has jumped up to the top side in that Wendy's machine, trying to get further and further up front. Next to third place, that 24 DeWalt Tools machine. Now he's side by side with Michael Carter, or at least trying to be, with that 8 machine coming through turns 1 and 2. A little bit of side draft favors the bottom lane. They're still side by side for third.
Did you just say side draft? Here comes the biggie bag. The number 10, the Wendy's car. He's on the outside. He's got Tay McDonald on his tail, trying to help him out. And the one thing I want to ask you, Liam, is if you get to the lead, do you abandon the top side and jump down to the bottom line?
You know, it's kind of too soon to tell. I feel like as this race runs on, as the runs keep going, I mean, obviously we're caution-free throughout 18 laps. The line is just going to continue to move up. These cars are going to tighten up a little bit more. They're going to need to use more racetrack to accomplish what they want to. So I would assume that the top side's going to be dominant moving forward. Don't know that I would ditch it if I get the chance to take a race lead.
Well, we're going to find out here as Aaron Miller is making hay on the outside there. He's working on Michael Carter there in that number 8 car. And the number 9 car jumps to the outside. Wow. Role reversals.
He saw the run that was coming up on the top side from Aaron Miller. He moved up to try to block it. And now Michael Carter is side by side on the inside for the race lead. But that top lane seems to be able to get clear as Dylan Picklesheimer is able to get out front once again, clear for the race lead.
Dylan Picklesheimer back down to the bottom lane. Thought better of it. Now he's going to jump to the top side.
And that begins a dangerous game to play, blocking both lanes. Very beneficial. We've seen Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Brad Keselowski pull it off to perfection. But it can go so wrong so quickly if you don't do it right, as now he moves up to the top side to block the 10 of Miller once again. Carter to the inside for the race lead.
I mean, I could see doing that with like 10 to go, but not on lap 21. Michael Carter to the inside. He's got the 24 of Alan Holtzman pushing him along. Here comes the bottom like a choo-choo train.
Miller looked up to the top side. Didn't have enough to make it 3 wide. I don't think he really wanted to at that point, but it looked like he was considering it.
Oh no, you're totally right. He thought about it, but then he thought better of it.
Looking towards the tail end of this field, we see Kane Lee and Kent Mueller together here in 18th and 19th. Sam Taylor, your pole sitter for the race, he's trailing this pack by a considerable margin, as now you can see that 48 of Michael York all the way down on the bottom. He's losing positions. Of course, he can't go down there to gain positions, but he jumps down there to drop out of the way.
That's a good thing about having the out of bounds, Liam, is you can jump. Well, we had 2 cars get together. Hold on, sir.
Yeah, a little bit of contact between Miller and the 24 of Holtzman. That's going to allow Michael Carter to get out front for just a moment, but Picklesheimer up on the top side gets the run across the line, leads that lap once again. 24 laps into this race out of 163. We know we're going to have a couple pit stops coming our way. But I tell you what, when we get to this point in the run, now we start to question, when are these green flag pit stops going to come? And how is it going to affect these guys about the fact that they have to enter in turn 3 and they are not allowed to jump over that white and red line on pit entry? If they do, that is a penalty.
Funny you should ask that. So Liam, we got 7 sets of tires in the pits. We're at 70% fuel load tonight.
This is a plate race. Not quite plates, but this is a super speedway engine package race. So that does give us a little bit more in the fuel mileage range. I would say you could get about 85, maybe 90 laps on a full tank 100%. 70%, that's probably going to leave you somewhere in the 60 range, give or take 5.
I can get behind those numbers. So here's what we got weather-wise so far. At 3:17 in the afternoon, we got clear conditions, 67 degrees, 0% chance of rain, with an easterly 4-mile-an-hour wind and a 63% relative humidity.
Race leaders are now putting 17 south, 1 lap down. He stays up to the top of the racetrack. We've got some 3-wide action. So these guys try to work around the 88 machine up on the top side.
3-wide action. And I'm good on 17 south for staying high near the wall to stay out of these guys' way.
Yeah, side by side with Waylon Turner. Turner sits in last place. We saw him make heavy contact with the wall. Was able to continue on without bringing out a caution, but he came in, got that damage repaired. Now he is 2 laps down to the race field, to the race leader rather, and maybe hoping for a couple of cautions, knowing that 17 South just behind him is only 1 lap down and is the only car currently 1 lap down. However, John Osborne is at risk of going a lap down.
He's not only at risk, but I think he's going to is, they're going to catch him pretty soon, even by the corner, and he just out there all along as a sitting duck.
He would need an instant yellow to try to stay on the lead lap, as Picklesheimer has a huge push from Michael Carter, and the top 5 are single file now. Aaron Miller still trying to work that top side. He's got Pete Walsh behind him, but the inside lane is prominent, and everybody seems content to sit single file as these tires start to wear down.
Yeah, and so now we're 30 laps. 30 more laps, you're going to be in your fuel window at least.
Yeah, good point there, Alan. We're about halfway through the fuel window, give or take a few laps. Where does the handling start to come in? And, well, wow, we can see the 24 got a little bit loose on the front straightaway as Tay McDonald moves up to the top side. He's up 16 spots, started at the tail end of this field. Let me get a quick double check to see if he is... dealing with some penalty. Apologies, Alan, for not seeing that. ECR is the room name, all capitals.
No, we're good now.
Oh, perfect. Great, yep. Go ahead and check it on the chat. Nobody's dropped in the chat yet, but go ahead and let us know who you're rooting for. We can't thank you guys enough for tuning in live here on Sim Racing Media. Let us know who you're rooting for, and we'll give them some screen time, make sure we bring them up. Tay McDonald works to the top side, trying to take away 3rd place from the 24. Alan Holtzman holds a strong lane. No, he gets loose there, and now Rivers looks up into the middle for 3 wide. That's going to cost Michael Carter a ton of space, as now Tay McDonald and Dylan Picklesheimer rock the top side. They're still 3 wide, as Bradley Rivers is stuck in the middle.
He's stuck in the middle with you. Every day stuck in the... Anyways.
He's going to get clear. Travis Gilbert behind him, trying to push him up to Tay McDonald. McDonald side by side for the race lead. Led that lap, but has no help behind him as Michael Carter once again getting to the back of Picklesheimer. Bradley Rivers got shoved up the racetrack there by Travis Gilbert. Almost up into the wall, but Gilbert continues on with that position.
Travis Gilbert. Man, he's getting some strong pushes. And mind you, he started 15th. He's up 15 positions where he started from.
Yeah, started in 20th, of course, on that probationary period. Is not allowed to qualify. Picklesheimer all the way down to the bottom, right in front of Michael Carter. I thought he was getting turned by Tay McDonald there.
That was a check your shorts moment indeed.
That was a very aggressive move down to the bottom as Picklesheimer leads both lanes. Here comes Tay McDonald to the middle for 3 wide.
3 wide.
Michael Carter on the bottom. Travis Gilbert now trying to work through the middle for that second groove, or that second row, rather. They're 3 wide for, that's third place?
That's
Contact
third place
between Gilbert and Picklesheimer. Gilbert gets sideways, and they're still 3 wide going through turns 1 and 2.
3 wide. 24, 22, 9. All 3 wide. Then we got a car bailing down to the inside.
Carnathan did not like what he saw there as Tay McDonald moves forward for the race lead. Now Michael Carter on the bottom, trying to take it away. These guys side by side, 3 wide just behind the race lead. Tay McDonald going to lead that lap by half a car length. Michael Carter with a huge run and a huge push from the 24 down on the bottom, though.
They're drag racing.
Try the side draft, a little bit of a bump coming up off of 2.
I mean, we're already on lap 37, and this is what we're seeing.
Things are heating up here on lap 37. We had ourselves some single file running. Tay McDonald holds out of the race lead, being pushed by Travis Gilbert. Michael Carter on the bottom of the racetrack with a push from Alan Holtzman. Not going to be enough as Picklesheimer falls in 3rd in line on the top. That 24 is really starting to struggle to hold that bottom lane, isn't he, Alan?
He is. So, look. You got to be able to hold that bottom lane. He's giving up way too much. Now you're starting to see the tire wear as we are almost on the back half of this fuel load. Here comes the 24 car. Travis Gilbert's got the inside. Then that 8 car of Michael Carter is still pushing him. But Picklesheimer is pushing Tay McDonald.
Yeah, Gilbert made his way down to the bottom of the racetrack in front of that 8 car, Michael Carter. Picklesheimer trying to get around on the top side. He looks up to the top, and now we're 3 wide once again. A little bit of contact between Picklesheimer and McDonald, but they stay straight. That looked like the 29 was going to get turned into the outside wall. They continue on here on lap number 40.
Goodness gracious, I have to go check my shorts.
Jeez, man, we're going through a lot of shorts tonight, and there is no shortage of close moments here. Throughout the course of this night, these guys are just making cuts that diamond cutters wouldn't be comfortable with.
This is an absolute
Travis Gilbert in the
fight.
race lead, moves up in front of Tay McDonald. Blocks that outside lane, and he's got to run. Checks up the outside lane just a little bit. Michael Carter, though, not able to take advantage. He's trying down on the inside, but the outside lane seems to have a little bit more momentum. Here comes that 24 of Holtzman right on the rear bumper of Michael Carter.
Did someone tell these guys that it was 163 laps? Because they're racing like it's lap. They're racing like it's lap 163 right now.
Yeah, these guys have 122 laps to go, and like you said, Alan, they're racing like there's 2 to go. This is crazy stuff. As you see that 24 slide up the racetrack once again, the inside lane going to get a bit more momentum. Dylan Picklesheimer moves down, almost makes contact with the 24 throughout the corner there. Travis Gilbert going to fall back because he has no help up on the top side, and that 24 keeps sliding up the racetrack on entry. Travis Gilbert able to use some of that side draft, parachute the back bumper of that 24. Now Kyle Diaz moves to the inside in that Domino's Pizza machine. He's going to be able to take away 4th from Travis Gilbert, and the outside lane is dead.
Now we're single file.
And the 24 slides up the racetrack once again.
Picklesheimer
Nine coming into the pits.
inside.
Picklesheimer, he's the first. Gonna get sideways there on the transition. Remember, you're not allowed to go up above that red and white line. If you do, that is a penalty. You've got to stay below it for the pit entry. Picklesheimer does a great job. You saw him get big sideways. When do the rest of these guys come up front, come into the pits? Tay McDonald's coming in this time. He's got Travis Gilbert with him, the 24, the 10. They're all coming in, trying to get into turn 3 as fast as they can without going over that line. The 24 might have touched it just a little bit. We'll see what race control looks at that as they now slow down into the pits. 4 drivers all in a line. That's Tay McDonald, Travis Gilbert, Alan Holtzman, and the 10 of Aaron Miller.
Oh, man. That's going to give a race lead over to Michael Carter and Kyle Diaz. They're in the number 6 car, or 26 and 8 car, as Michael Carter is going to dive down.
So far, everybody that we've seen come into the pits, with the exception of the first driver into the pits, which was Dylan Picklesheimer, everybody has stayed right up next to that red line trying to utilize the banking. Saw the 9 car get a little bit loose when he made his entry. Now Kyle Diaz, he's out front all by himself. He's got no draft help. How soon does he come into the pits? He's coming in this time. Bradley Rivers comes in as well. Tyler Burden and Michael York. Waylon Turner's going to stay out. He came into the pits early on with some damage. No caution came out for his incident, but he's going to try to stay out and get back onto the lead lap.
Slow it down, boys. Slow it down.
Dylan Picklesheimer, the first one to come into the pits. He's still behind Travis Gilbert, Aaron Miller, Alan Holtzman, and Tay McDonald. Bowden comes out of the pits. Furtick, Carnathan. To the bottom of the racetrack, Tay McDonald goes. This could effectively be for the race lead. Kyle Diaz, Tyler Burden, Bradley Rivers, and Michael York are all in the pits right now. We'll see when they get out. Diaz already out of his pit stall, but he's got a little bit of ways to go. It's Tay McDonald coming up off of turn number 4. Kyle Diaz is able to get onto the gas, but he's still stuck on the inside lane until they come up off of turn number 2.
And that's kind of the norm here, and now he's going to blend right into traffic.
Tay McDonald's going to have a huge run. He's going to be able to take this race lead with Travis Gilbert pushing him. Where does Kyle Diaz fall in? The 10 and 24 with a big push here as well to his outside. It looks like Diaz is going to slot into 5th place.
Right, you are, and he's got to stay up with these guys and keep up with that draft.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's sitting currently about 0.6 of a second behind, and as they get double wide side by side, that's going to allow Diaz to close back in on this group. It's going to be a 5-car race for the lead, as Michael York sits about 2.5 seconds behind this group with a ton of traffic behind him.
Here comes Adam Bowden there on the outside in that second group. He's battling for 6th position there with the number 48 car of Michael York and Brad Rivers. You're good. All right, so right there we got, and you gotta keep in mind these guys cannot go below that yellow line. They're working lap number 50 right there, and here comes the 81 car. That's John Osborne. He's essentially a lap down. They're in at number 1 or that number 81 Chevrolet, and he's in a sandwich between the 48 car of Michael York and Brad Rivers, who are riding on board.
Alan, it
So-
looks like these guys are starting to catch up to that lead group.
Yeah, so far, I mean, these guys are making hay.
Big time pushes there from Osborne, from Rivers to the back of Michael York.
I mean, I don't want to put the announcer's jinx on these guys, but man, I mean, we've been green flagged for 52 laps now.
And I tell you what, it was a whole 10th quicker for Michael York versus your race leader, Tay McDonald. It's 1.7 seconds separating 6th place and 1st place. The top 5 within half a second of each other, and it's another 1.25 seconds back to this group. This group is closing in a hurry as those guys are running the top side up front.
Right now, the only thing that separates the 48 car of Michael York and Brad Rivers is John Osborne.
Riding on board with York as he's trying to utilize this draft. And there's a big run. They checked up in front of him, and you can see how that Aaron Miller machine, that Wendy's Biggie Bag car in front of him, is closing in. He's actually got the lapped car just in front of him. I believe is that Kyle Diaz? No, Kyle Diaz is on the lead lap. It's the Area machine, John Osborne. But they are right there now. This pack is doubled in size. That's
that
Michael
pack's
Carter.
Growing.
Michael Carter is 1 lap down. And wow, what a run from Michael York. He moves up to the top side. They've all got to check up. Through the middle goes Michael York on Aaron Miller, sending him up to the top of the racetrack. Tay McDonald continues to lead, but Holtzman comes up to the top. No help for Holtzman.
No help for Holtzman. Here comes help right now in the form of Michael York, the number 48 car.
Diaz a little bit loose on the tail end of that quad oval, and that's something we're going to see. We're not used to seeing guys get loose on that straightaway part of the racetrack, but with how much aero stuff they've got put into these cars, you get up into some turbulent air, it can really upset the race car, especially through the turn with no banking. Up off of turn number 4, here comes Michael York to the top side of Holtzman. Holtzman drops to the bottom in front of Pete Walsh.
Yeah, and Alan Holtzman there, he's all the way back to about, I don't know, 8 cars deep in this line. Number 10 car is going to jump out front.
Oh.
He's got to make sure he doesn't gain a position.
He went below the line. He lost a position there. I'm not sure if he was shuffled out or if he was trying to back out, but he came back up the racetrack, made a little bit of contact with the Dora Picklesheimer. These guys able to continue on. Picklesheimer, of course, he led a bunch of laps in the early portion of this race. He was one of those guys that we saw blocking both lanes. Now sits just outside of the top 10 after the first pit stop. After that first pit cycle, and pigs are really heating up front. People starting to move. Stan Carnathan up to the top of the racetrack. He has no help. Michael York moves to his inside with help from John Osborne.
As we are approaching...
Oh, contact Adam Bowden.
Whoa.
And the 24 of Holtzman.
Take it easy.
Bowden.
Adam Bowden
gonna stay all the way on the bottom.
Yep. Wait till the back straightaway come back up. There you go. Good job, Adam Bowden, not getting into the wall there.
Fantastic drive there. He's going to try to stay within that half a second range to be able to stay in the draft of that car just in front of him. That's the 5 of Kent Mueller, who is also at risk of losing the draft in front of him.
I think if Adam Bowden can catch Kent Mueller, they can work together.
It's possible, but I think Kent's already lost it. He's 1.5, 1.6 seconds off of the lead draft now. Bowden's going to try to get behind him and give him a big push.
8 wheels are better than 4.
That 5 car just doesn't seem to be up to speed. Meanwhile, up front, the lines are starting to get side by side again, and we've got a lap car just in front of these guys with Waylon Turner. 17 South coming up off of turn number 2. John Osborne, he's a lap down. He's sitting in this pack. Currently the free pass car. He wants to get around 17 South as quickly as possible here as he moves down to the bottom of the racetrack. Rather, he's already in front of 17 South for position. So John Osborne just hoping for a caution flag. I stand corrected. John Osborne is racing against Michael Carter, who sits 4th in line. He is the first car 1 lap down. Tyler Burden, just in front of this group, is about to go 1 lap down. 17 South went a 2nd lap down, so he is not in contention for the free pass. And Waylon Turner is currently 3 laps down, so this pass will not make any difference for the free pass race. Tay McDonald continues to lead over Travis Gilbert, Kyle Diaz, Michael York, Stan Carnathan. Gonna go ahead and step side by side and let you guys hear about what 213 Simware has going on. Appreciate 213 Simware for jumping on here with the ECR NextGen Cup Series. Phenomenal products these guys put out, and well, I know they've worked to some pretty cool iRacers. Demos is one of the ones that I know has had a little bit of a partnership with them, and that is the Super Speedway King. Do you know Demos?
I do not.
Man, I tell you what, he does the NR Night in America stuff. He does a little bit of Moon Car. I mean, I've seen him all around. I actually raced with him in the Daytona 24 with the Tango paints on the Howling Wolf Autosport car. Super talented guy. So we look at the Best Buy Drops car. The Best Buy Drops the green flag. Happened about 67 laps ago. We have not had another restart since. These guys approaching the halfway point of this race, and well, as we look at when these guys came into pit, between 43 and 46, well, we're about halfway through this second fuel run, aren't we?
We are. Lap 68 of 163, and we are still mean and green. And that just goes to show you the talent of these drivers here, Liam, in the series.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have been all up each other's back bumpers, left and right, door to door, and we haven't, I mean, we've had a couple of times where we thought there would be a crash, but we have not seen any sort of crazy aggression or anything ridiculous happen yet. No crashes, no cautions. Still clean and green as we're on the nicest lap of the race. Tay McDonald gonna come up off of turn number 4. Over Travis Gilbert, Kyle Diaz, Pete Walsh, and Bradley Rivers up on the top, trying, or rather on the bottom, trying to take that spot away from Michael York.
Now we're single file as Michael York there and that 48 car is on the outside, and he's got the 81 car of John Osborne there on his bumper. Here comes Brad Rivers on the inside there. Looking to get a little side draft action. Can't quite go anywhere as this inside line is single filed out. And, you know, we talked about also, you know, do you get to the lead and abandon the top line? Well, a lot of guys are abandoning the bottom line and going up to the top.
A lot of these guys are trying to figure out where is the right way, where is the right place to be. But I tell you what, if you're a veteran, there is definitely a right place to be. And that is Vet to Track. Vet to Track, I mean, at Vet to Track, we take pride in being different. What sets us apart is not only our commitment to empowering veterans, but the unique approach we embrace to make a meaningful impact. Vet to Track operates with no paid staff. Every effort is a labor of love, driven by the genuine desire to make a difference in the lives of veterans. Vet to Track operates on a mission, not a profit motive. Every dollar earned or donated goes back into creating more opportunities for veterans. Our focus is on impact and empowerment, not on financial gain. Vet to Track creates opportunities for hands-on experiences, bringing veterans into the heart of the action through initiatives like our pit crew experience and motorcycle track days, crafting unique and empowering experiences. From the exhilaration of high-speed racing to the camaraderie built into the pit crew, we provide veterans with experiences that go beyond the ordinary. Our programs are designed to accommodate various skill levels, making Vet to Track accessible to everyone. Join us on this incredible journey where every ride is a step towards positive change. Will you join with us and be a supporter? Visit www.vet2track.org and help us support those who have given so much for us. Shout out to Honoring Our Heroes, PTSD Awareness, Battling PTSD One Lap at a Time, and the Support Veterans Group. Travis Gilbert continues to sit in second place, but Kyle Diaz continues to look to the inside. Can't go below that yellow, or rather white and red line to make a pass, but these guys are flirting with it every single time they come across.
Yeah, they're flirting with a lot of things there. And say, if you got Michael York there trying to work that outside, trying to get someone to go, say, hey, go with me on the outside line. It's better over here.
He's got help from John Osborne, who's one lap down. John trying to get next to Michael Carter so he can race him for that free pass position. So far, it's not working out, though, as the top four in line, rather, start to gap the rest of the field. York and Osborne able to get in front of Pete Walsh. And now here comes York. He's got to run. Not quite able to get next to the 8 car of Carter.
I think York would try to drop down in that bottom line.
He might want to. He's got the space now if he wants it. He's going to stay where he's at, though. And now he's going to get the run back on the top side of Pete Walsh. Walsh able to hold on to that 4th position, though.
Whoa, look at that move.
Bradley Rivers came out of nowhere.
Michael York abandons the top line. He'll drop down in line behind Brad Rivers.
We got to assume these guys are 6 to 10 laps away from pit stops, judging on what we saw before. 81, 82, that would be about halfway, but these guys pushed past 40. Look at that 59, Robert Roth. We haven't talked about him at all today. He's getting up into the top 6, trying to get up to Bradley Rivers for a top 5 spot. Great job by him. Another driver towards the back of this field that we haven't talked about. Well, he's actually at the midpoint. That's Kane Lee. Sitting in that 91 Sprite machine. He started absolute tail end of this field. Sits just in the top 10 right now, in 10th as he works the outside of the 24. Big loose moment there for Alan Holtzman.
It's a byproduct of racing. Oh, hang on to her, boys. Hang on to her. Hey, McDonald still leading this piece back here at the ranch. Travis Gilbert, like I said, coming off that 1 race suspension. Next week, the series is off for Easter. Michael York going up by the wall. Ooh, hang on, Dirt. Hang on.
Big run up on the top. Here comes Michael York. Gonna get around Bradley Rivers. Nose is out front. He's got a push from Dwayne Furtick in that 51. The inside lane is just so strong right now. Tay McDonald has not let go of the lead. Basically since he took it after that pit cycle.
Well, here's the thing, though, Liam. If the Travis Gilbert gets out front, Travis Gilbert is so hard to beat. Travis Gilbert right there in that second position. Once again, he's so hard to beat
Kyle
if
Diaz
he gets out front.
looking for a way around him every single time around. He might just have to wait until that pit stop comes. So we anticipate the first of our drivers to come in within the next lap or two. Nobody comes in this time.
Well, they still got one more stop after this too, so we got to keep that in mind also.
Yeah, but with this being kind of a plate race type of situation, you can't push it too far. You've got to pit when everybody else does, so you've got someone to work with. We've seen what happens when we lose the draft. Look at guys like John Osborne, Tyler Burden, 17 South. They got lapped real quick running all by themselves. So I feel like you've got to make the move when somebody else does.
Right now, we're going to watch and see who blinks first here in the next couple of laps. I tell you what, Liam, as far as food cart goes, I'm actually working on a paint scheme for the April 21st race at Talladega, and I think you're going to be very, very impressed with it.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to see it. 17 South, first one to come into the pits. He's a couple laps down, but he is the first. See if that's a scheduled stop. Tyler Burden coming in as well. Lap 88 of 163, and we still have not yet seen a yellow flag.
Oh boy.
Gilbert comes down. Tay McDonald comes down. Diaz, is he following? He was trying to get some draft there.
No.
Not going to pit this time. Gilbert and McDonald come in, and Gilbert got up onto that red line just a little bit. Cost him some time to Tay McDonald. Going to try to gain it back up on entry, but 2 car lengths is the difference. Robert Roth comes in with these guys as well in the Mobile 1.
Oh, no.
And we have a caution.
Oh.
Waylon Turner, Dylan Picklesheimer, and Pete Walsh.
No.
Crash in turns 1 and 2.
It took us 89 laps to get a caution, though.
John Osborne involved as well. Let's try to figure out what happened here.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow, Pete Walsh.
I think that outside wall just come back and got him and then collected a whole mess of cars.
Let's see, he's running in the 3rd position. Oh, he got a contact from Michael York. John Osborne gets a piece of it. Picklesheimer, and Picklesheimer gets another heavy hit from Waylon Turner.
Tough break. I mean, the fact that it took us 89 laps to get the caution, though. Man, that was a hard hit. It's a 74 car.
Everybody's coming in up front. Let's see if we can go on board with the 24.
You kind of have to. Kind of have to come in now.
Kyle Diaz wins the race off of pit road. Bradley Rivers, Michael York, Dwayne Furtick, Aaron Miller, and Doug D. Nice. Alan Holtzman, Adam Bowden, Kane Lee, and I believe Sam Taylor. No, Michael Carter. Well, he got the wave around here, the free pass, so I think Picklesheimer's going to be able to get out in 10th place. He's got heavy, heavy damage here on the front end of that car.
Oh boy.
Well, lights stay on the pace car here. We're going to go ahead and go side by side for just a few moments. We'll be right back with the restart. Back live here at lap number 94. Kyle Diaz leads over Bradley Rivers. The 51 of Dwayne Furtick in third place. Aaron Miller in the 10 in fourth. 24 of Alan Holtzman, then Adam Bowden to his outside. Got Sam Taylor in the 3. 7th place, Dan Carnathan, Kent Mueller, and Doug D. Nice rounding out our top 10 on our first restart of the day with just under 70 laps to go. One more pit stop required for all of these drivers. When do they decide to do it? We're going to find out.
I think it's not going to be anytime soon, because you would think they would come in by now.
Oh, no, I'm thinking somewhere between 125 and 130 is when we're going to see these pit stops happening.
Couldn't agree more.
Green flag in the air. Kyle Diaz with a strong restart. Dwayne Furtick on the inside, able to get in front of Bradley Rivers. That inside lane got away strong, but nobody is connected as here comes Bradley Rivers down behind Dwayne Furtick. Half a second is the lead for Kyle Diaz, and that is not what you want to see at New Atlanta. Old Atlanta, that would have been great. Now everybody's drafting up to you. It's a quarter of a second now. Here comes Bradley Rivers up to the top side for second.
Here comes Furtick on the inside. Rivers on the outside. Diaz on the inside. I think he did that intentionally just to back up the field. As we got the 82 car of Stan Carnathan. He is drafted up to that number 10 car. And that's Aaron Miller in that number 10 car, that Wendy's car. Brad Rivers gives the advantage to Brad Rivers for the lead. And he abandons the top line. Brad Rivers abandons the top line and gets down on the low side and picks up Kyle Diaz. Lap number 97 is what lap we're working on right now. Brad Rivers out front of this one. Here comes Aaron Miller trying to mount a rebuttal on the outside there. And I think the inside line is going to be just a little bit tougher than the outside line. Oh, we got caution. Trouble.
Picklesheimer Picklesheimer got through it. Holtzman was the one that I saw around first.
Oh, man.
Burden is involved. Tay McDonald is around.
Oh. Burden is around. I know it started with Holtzman there in that 24 car. Looks like he got hooked on the right side.
Take a look to see what happened here as they crashed down the front straightaway. Alan Holtzman was the first one to get turned around. Oh, and Miller comes down and collects him.
That's a tough break for both cars involved.
Take Another look here, try to slow it down for you guys. The initial contact made with the 10 and the 24 coming up off of turn 4.
Oh man, that was a hard hit.
Yeah, all around. Tyler Burden, Robert Roth there, Tay McDonald.
Well, we're back under caution here on lap 102, so we got 62, 61 laps to go.
Well, we're doubled up here. Gonna be 61 to go at the green flag. Dwayne Furtick over Bradley Rivers, Adam Bowden, Michael Carter, and Dylan Picklesheimer. Rounding out the top 5. Then we've got Travis Gilbert, Kyle Diaz, Michael York, Kent Mueller, and Kane Lee in the top 10. Stan Carnath and Aaron Miller able to make a recovery after that damage. Doug D-Nice, Pete Walsh also recovering after earlier damage. Sam Taylor's in the pits along with, Robert Roth is on the track 1 lap down. John Osborne just coming out of the pits. Tay McDonald and Tyler Burden both laps down but back in the pack. Pace car makes that hard left turn once again.
And Brad Rivers is going to lead us to the Geico restart zone. We are down and away. Brad Rivers gets off to a good jump there. That number 15 car. Here comes Dwayne Furtick on his outside, and they're bringing the pack with them.
Not what Rivers wants to see. A huge gap behind him as Adam Bowden now moves into the bottom side for second place. He's got a push from Dylan Picklesheimer. He's got the tow from the car in front. Now Bradley Rivers tries to move down or up to the top side to break that run. Up to the top goes Bowden. Furtick doesn't want to work with him. He looks higher. Doesn't have any run to go, anywhere to go. Here comes Travis Gilbert through the middle, trying to take away what looks to be 5th place right now. He's got to run through the middle. It's going to slide up, almost hits Michael Carter.
3 wide.
Unsure of which line to block.
I mean, if you're unsure, whoa, look at that.
Picklesheimer all the way up the racetrack.
Wow.
Still 3 wide as Gilbert in the middle. He's got Carter to his outside. Carter hits the wall.
He rubbed it. Here comes Travis Gilbert looking to make it 3 wide coming up 4. York down to below the white line.
He got right up next to it. Maybe got up under it for a second, but here comes Gilbert back up on the top side. Gonna take that position back. So even if there was a question, him getting that position down there. He lost it right away. There was no advantage given to that 48. As now Kyle Diaz is able to take that run up on the top. Here comes Travis Gilbert to the bottom. Got Bradley Rivers super loose. And Gilbert with a huge run going for second. Trying to go for the race lead, but no help on the bottom side.
No help at all. Travis Gilbert all by his lonesome. As we got Adam Bowden to the point there for the first time tonight on lap 107. The Chief Cook and Bottle Washer to the lead on the outside. Travis Gilbert. Give the advantage to Travis Gilbert.
That time around, Travis Gilbert able to continue on with the race lead. What a drive. Now here comes Michael York up to the top side. Doesn't have much for help, but he's got Bowden coming up closer. Closer, coming up off of turn 2. Travis Gilbert continues on with the race lead. Kyle Diaz gets right to the back bumper of the 22.
Hang on, Zero. We're on lap 108. Travis Gilbert on the inside. He's got Kyle Diaz on his back bumper. Adam Bowden helping Michael York get that advantage for the lead. Lap car in front of him.
Side by side for the race lead. Michael York up on the top. Travis Gilbert on the bottom. Aaron Miller, the lap car. He's going to stay as high as he can. But here comes Michael York trying to utilize some of that toe to use a run down the front straightaway. He's got a little bit. He's got the nose out front getting down into 1. But is it going to be enough?
Take car into the wall.
Just a little bit. He's trying to stay out of the way. Not much Aaron Miller can do there, as now 17 South gets around him. That's a pass for position. 17 South trying to get back onto the lead lap. He's still got Tyler Burden, John Osborne, Robert Roth, and Tay McDonald to contend with. Michael York holds out of the race lead now. He takes it away from Travis Gilbert using the toe from John Osborne. Another lapped car gets down to the bottom of the racetrack in front of Gilbert. Takes away all of the momentum for the outside lane as Adam Bowden falls back. Big time sideways goes Tyler Burden. He keeps
Tyler
it
Burden
straight.
saved it.
Wow, what a drive.
What a race these guys are putting on. You know, Liam, I don't care if you're in the lead right now or 22nd position. These guys are giving us an absolute show right now.
Yeah, this racing has been incredible. Travis Gilbert back to the race lead over Michael York, and now Adam Bowden has a push from Dwayne Furtick up on the top side once again. Dylan Pickleside, where we saw him get through that last crash in a very close fashion. Trying to utilize that third space on the top side. Here comes Adam Bowden getting side by side for the race lead with Travis Gilbert.
Well, Tyler Burden had the fastest lap of the race so far that last time by with a 29.20.
Inside lane with the toe from that Sam Taylor machine on the bottom. Gets forward, and all 4 of those guys on the inside lane are able to get down to the bottom. Here comes Michael York. He gets down below the line. That gets him loose. He did not complete the pass down there, but now he has help. Still side by side. Gilbert holds out of the race lead. They're 3 wide for the lead as Diaz moves up to the top side. York gets turned on entry by Tyler Burden. York trying to save it. He saves the car, but Kyle Diaz does not. He gets turned around up on the top of the racetrack, and they're crashing down the front straightaway.
Holy smokes.
I believe Bradley Rivers, yes, was involved. Kane Lee goes through the grass. Stan Carnathan driving away from this as well. 59 may have gotten a piece as well. Robert Roth there. The caution is out for the 3rd time today.
Wow, what a tough break.
Diaz gets into the wall. Rivers gets to his inside, turns him around. Bowden gets a piece. Picklesheimer. I think Kane just jumped down trying to avoid.
Man.
Right on board with Kane. Oh, he got a huge piece of Bradley Rivers there. That explains the front end damage. Meanwhile, all of the lead lap guys are coming into pit. Is there a chance they can make it from here?
It's going to be close. It's gonna be real close, actually.
Well, only one way to find out, and that's by running these next 45 laps. Well, it's about 48 at this point. Maybe 47. That's right at the tippy top of what these guys were able to push before. So as the lights go off on the pace car, the iRacing.com sedan, it's going to be Travis Gilbert and Michael York in the front row. Dylan Picklesheimer, Dwayne Furtick, Stan Carnathan, Michael Carper, Bradley Rivers, and Kent Mueller. Adam Bowden and Kane Lee involved in that crash. They're going to get some damage repaired and catch back up to the field. And there's contact.
Whoa, hey, hello.
As everybody tried to get checked up for the tail end of the field here, Kane Lee, a little bit quicker than Bowden, gets into the back of him. Everybody gets away okay. So we're going to have 46 laps to go at the restart. I think
Man,
these
that
guys should be able to make it from here. I'd be a little concerned if you're leading the race, but I think they should be good.
Yeah, you should be good. I think you would be.
Pace car makes a hard left turn. Green flag back in the air. Travis Gilbert strong and away. Only by about a car length, though. Not as strong as we've seen some of these guys get out front. Picklesheimer trying to get to the back bumper. Looks up to the top side. He does not want to work with that Travis Gilbert car.
No, not really. You know, 2 weeks ago at Phoenix, it's almost like, you know, the way Travis Gilbert was, you know, kind of not making any friends out there.
Oh, and Picklesheimer goes to the race lead once again. Led a lot of laps in the early portion of this race. Been a little while since we've seen him out front, but Dylan Picklesheimer back to the race lead as Travis Gilbert tries to move up to the top side with no help. Stan Carnathan down to the bottom. Big time side draft out of Travis Gilbert, but Bradley Rivers trying to give a big push on the bottom.
Picklesheimer in the lead. Travis Gilbert, no friends on the outside. He makes contact with the 82 car, Stan Carnathan. Carnathan all over Picklesheimer there.
That's that two-car tandem that we've seen so often in the Gen 5 cars. Really coming prominent here as they're side by side for third place. getting a gap on these guys. Now they separate just a little bit, half a car length, and that's going to allow Bradley Rivers and Travis Gilbert to get closer. Travis with a big run up on the top side. He gets clear for third. He's got Michael York behind him, and they're going to stay up top trying to get next to Stan Carnathan, trying to get next to your race leader. As Michael York looks to the bottom side, he's going to ditch Travis. No, he's not. He moves back up to the top as Gilbert goes for the race lead now on Picklesheimer.
Michael York helping Travis Gilbert out. Travis Gilbert give the advantage to the 22 car.
Sideways goes Picklesheimer down the racetrack.
He saved it. He brings it back onto the Speedway.
What a save there by Picklesheimer, but he's going to lose all of the time and positions he had just worked so hard to gain. Travis Gilbert in the race lead now. Michael York to the bottom. Jay McDonald up on top to help.
I don't suspect that Picklesheimer would be too happy with Stan Carnathan as he's helping Michael York, and Michael York almost goes around. Gilbert out to the lead. Comes Michael York and company to the inside. Travis Gilbert has Tay McDonald on his back bumper. Tay McDonald looking to make it 3 wide. He thinks better of it. Here comes Michael York on the inside. He's got Stan Carnathan. They're gonna bump through the corner there.
Less than 40 laps to go. Less than 60 miles here in Atlanta. Here comes Tay McDonald looking to the bottom side of Travis Gilbert. Gilbert with no help. McDonald with a push from York. He's going to be able to take the lead. And now Gilbert falls back to third, fourth, maybe even fifth. As Kyle Diaz tries to get down inside, he is not able to. Travis Gilbert falls back to fourth place. So we've got a lapped car running up in this group.
A lap car indeed.
That is the car out front of Tay McDonald. He's at the tail end of the lead lap. Not anymore. Here comes York, taking that lead spot of the draft back. He was already leading the race. He's going to fall in front of Tay McDonald.
Here comes Travis Gilbert and Tay McDonald on the inside. Mike York's going to jump down to the inside there. Gets their draft. Brad Rivers helping out the 82 car of Stan Carnathan through the quad oval.
Okay, McDonald got into the back of Michael York, got him a little bit loose there. Everybody continues on here. Michael York holding on to the race lead with a very hungry lap down car right behind him, trying to take advantage of him, trying to figure out a way to get his lap back the hard way in case a caution comes out.
Michael York in the lead right now, up 16 spots. Travis Gilbert is back there in P3. And Stan Carnathan is so lonesome he could cry. Here comes Michael York and Tay McDonald. Tay McDonald, once again, like Liam said, is a lap car. One's got to wonder if Tay McDonald can get back by him, back by Michael York. Travis Gilbert, no help.
Able to pull out a little bit more, and they've got Doug D. Nice just in front of them. Utilizing that tow from the 40 machine. 40 gets up out of the way, and Stan Carnathan with a big push from Bradley Rivers is able to close in on the back bumper of Tay McDonald. Tay says the best place to be to get this free pass is right behind the leader. If I can't be in front of him, I want to be right behind him. 34 laps to go, going to be 33 when they come across the stripe. And Stan Carnathan gets turned to the inside. He's sideways on the apron.
He saves it.
He does.
Brad Rivers to his back bumper.
Well, we've got a moment here. Ryan McCall is not in this race, but we do have another rapid-fired pizza machine. That is Stan Carnathan in the 82, currently sitting in second, catching up to Tay McDonald. The first rapid-fired pizza opened its doors in 2015 in Dayton, Ohio. The idea was simple: make delicious, fast, and affordable pizza. Now in 25 cities across the country, customers love the fresh taste, the speed, and the ability to create their own perfect pizza with over 35 different toppings and sauces. Go to www.rapidfiredpizza for a location near you. That was www.rapidfiredpizza.com for a location near you, as we've got things heating up front. Bit of a checkup there out of Michael York to Tay McDonald. Stan Carnathan here with Bradley Rivers behind him. Still trying to figure out a way around.
Well, while you were talking about rapid fire pizza, that 82 car Stan Carnathan was rapid firing that front bumper into the back of Tay McDonald. Here we go. Tay McDonald one lap down.
Tay was looking down to the inside, trying to pass the race leader to get his lap back, but I don't know, he seems pretty content to sit in that lucky dog spot just behind your race leader.
I mean, he's gonna kind of have to try, at least. As we got Michael York there, nothing doing here. We're on lap 135 of 163. The closest battle to Michael York is Stan Carnathan there and Brad Rivers. And I mean, you could even say Travis Gilbert too.
Let's go ahead and look at some of these other battles throughout the course of the field. I know when we raced at Phoenix, we spent too much time on the battle for the race lead and on the leader at that moment. So let's go ahead and look towards the middle part of this pack. We've got Dwayne Furtick. He's trying to defend from the 5 behind him. That's Kent Mueller. Kent having himself a really good race here. We saw him go a lap down earlier in the show. And, he lost the draft at the beginning portion of this race. Currently sitting inside of the top 10 in 6th place. Trying to get a top 5 spot. A great run there for Kent Mueller.
Indeed, Dwayne Furtick there in that Best Buy drops number 51. He's right there, just inside the top 5, defending off Kent Mueller there, and the chief cook and bottle washer of the league, and that is Adam Bowden there, right behind these two, and he's in 7th position. So this is a battle for 5th P5 right now.
Well, it's tough to say what the battle is for. I mean, we've got a big group here. The top 10 is within, roughly a second and a half of the race leader.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
There is now a little bit of separation starting between Bowden and Mueller. Bowden gets a big push from Michael Carter, though, to get rid of that separation. So now Dwayne Furtick starting to fall a couple of car lengths off of the cars in front of him.
We are approaching lap 140 of this piece here.
Right on board with Travis Gilbert. See if he's lifting.
Oh, he's lifting.
Yes, he is.
He's lifting all day long.
Big lift down the straightaway into the corner. Seems pretty content to just hold his line here and hold on to this 4th place position.
And we've got 22 to go here.
Closing it on the end, Michael York coming around the lapped car. That's Picklesheimer in the 9.
I believe it is our pole
down, and here comes a run to the top from Tay McDonald. Nobody goes with him, though. Stan Carnathan to the bottom. Bradley Rivers to the bottom as well. They're going to get in front of Picklesheimer. Tay McDonald wants to get his lap back the hard way.
21 to go.
He's still fighting. Travis Gilbert pushing Tay McDonald up on the outside. The only 2 up on the top. Tay McDonald trying to get his lap back. Travis Gilbert trying to take away the race lead. McDonald is just about clear for his lap. Not anymore as they get down into the corner. And there's more side drafting happen as York closes in on Tay McDonald coming up off of the corner.
So what needs to happen for Tay McDonald is he needs to get past Michael York and then a caution where they need to come out.
Exactly. He wants that caution to come out now. Immediately.
So bad.
Now.
Yeah.
Like, he's got the nose out front. He's crossed a scoring loop. He wants a caution. He doesn't care what for. Here comes York back down to the inside. He's going to get his nose out front. And yes, the caution would still put Tay McDonald back on the lead lap. But when you take the free pass, you are required to start at the tail end of the lead lap. If Tay McDonald can get his lap back the hard way like he just has, as Travis Gilbert tries to cut down in front and take the race lead, he does.
Oh,
Tay
boy.
McDonald is back on the lead lap, and if the caution were to come out, he would be able to restart just behind everybody else on the lead lap. He would not have to take an EOL penalty.
No, he wouldn't.
That is why it's so important for the 29 to be out here racing in front of these leaders. He's a lap down, yes, or trying to stay on the tail end of the lead lap at the moment. But if the caution comes out while he's in front of the race leader, he gets to pit and restart right behind the rest of the pack. And that is huge compared to going through 8 or 9 lapped cars.
Yeah, 19 laps to go here from Atlanta, Georgia here. A reminder, next week, this series is off, but you can catch myself and Liam on Tuesday night with WSRL, Western States Racing League, at 10:05 Eastern Standard Time. And you can catch us on Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from Richmond with the ISNF series. Shameless plug on me and Liam there. But, you know, so no shortage of racing, no shortage of action going on all next week.
No, we'll be at Pocono for the Western States Racing League. Those truckers do amazing jobs getting it done week in and week out. We're looking forward to seeing what they can get done here in Pocono. But right now, we've still got a long time to go as Tay McDonald is coming into the pits, relinquishing his lead lap position. It's Travis Gilbert now in the race lead with nobody in front of him. Michael York and Stan Carnathan pushing hard from behind. 16 laps to go. Is there a shot? Well, I mean, I think Tay McDonald stayed out under that last caution, so that's why he had to pit. I believe everybody else is still going to be good.
And we're single filed out too, so. But nonetheless, Travis Gilbert still in the lead right there. Michael York looking. $15 to go.
22.5 miles.
Here comes the 40 car of Doug D-Nice on the outside.
D-Nice a lap down. He's got Kent Mueller with him, though, who is racing for the lead. He's got to run up top with Dwayne Furtick coming with him.
Oh, boy. Here comes Dwayne Furtick. He's going to move to the outside.
Travis Gilbert loses the lead. Adam Boughton up to his outside now, trying to take away third. He's got help with Michael Carter. Nobody helping Gilbert down on the bottom. Michael Carter moves down, trying to take a run at Adam Bowden, but nothing doing there. Kyle Diaz moves up to the top side. Bowden might have gotten a touch loose there on the bottom. But Kent Mueller holds out of the race lead now with 12 laps to go over Dwayne Furtick and Adam Bowden. Doug D-Nice out front. He is multiple laps down, trying to get one of them back. He's got one of them back.
Adam Bowden, right there in position number 3, trying to win this race. He said he would love to win it tonight from Atlanta. Can he get the job done?
Doing what he can from the third place. He's got a big push for Michael Carter. Kyle Diaz and Stan Carnathan nowhere to go up on the top side. They are dropping like rocks. Stan Carnathan able to get down to the bottom side. And Kyle Diaz, no luck. Now he's able to get down in front of Picklesheimer. But he falls all the way back to the 9th place.
Kyle Diaz down in position number 9, right behind Michael York. Kent Mueller there in that number 5 car out front leading this piece as the field has gone single file.
Coming to 10 laps to go, and you got to think, this is where the chess match really starts. These guys don't want to move out and lose their track position. Maybe some of these guys at the back, like Rivers and Carnathan, coming up on the top, they say, hey, we're already in the back. Let's try to push up front. And here comes Rivers taking away 3rd place. Here comes Furtick up in front of Rivers, trying to take away the race lead. Nothing doing there as the 5 is able to utilize that draft from Doug D-Nice, but here comes the tandem up on the top. Mueller moves up in front of Furtick. Here comes the 15 to the bottom.
Oh boy, Brad Rivers on the bottom. He's jammed up behind Doug D-Nice. And right now you got the 5 car of Kent Mueller defending both inside and outside line, which is what you need to do.
Yeah, he's out front clean by himself. He's got Doug D-Nice on the inside. He's got 2nd place on the outside. It's not going to be a real tough choice on where to block. So there's only 2 cars up on the top lane right now.
9 to go.
Coming to 8 laps to go.
Brad Rivers on the inside. Right now is P2. Doug D-Nice separates Kent Mueller and Brad Rivers. Dwayne Furtick trying to make a move on the outside. Got a little bit of help.
Lapped car, the 59, stays out of the way. Robert Roth getting up on the top side of the racetrack. Kent Mueller still holds out of the race lead. Dwayne Furtick in 2nd, but there is a lapped car in between. Doug D-Nice.
Boy, these guys have driven a smart race so far here tonight. 6 to go. 5, 15, 94, 8. That's your top 5.
John Osborne gets up out of the way. Here's Dwayne Furtick with a push from Bradley Rivers up on the top side. A little bit loose for the 51, but they've got a big push up on the top side. Mueller comes up to block, but he doesn't have enough. Here comes the run up on the top side, getting into turn 1. Dwayne Furtick gets out front for the race lead. 5 laps to go.
5 phalanges in the air. Dwayne Furtick defending the outside. Here comes Brad Rivers. 3 wide.
Kent Mueller to the inside. Doug D-Nice goes down to the inside. Thinks better of it. Gets back behind Mueller. Bradley Rivers leads that lap. There's 4 laps to go this time around.
Does Adam Bowden get get a win here in Atlanta.
Big push from D-Nice down the back straightaway into 3 to try to get Mueller out front. He noses out front for just a moment, but the side draft up on the top side from Rivers. Mueller a little bit loose. There's 3 laps to go this time around.
3 laps to go. This is where you got to make your move. Coming the last 3 laps, you got to be thinking about it.
Oh, you've been thinking about it, and this isn't a single file game like we thought it was going to be. Your move has to happen anywhere from here on out, because you don't know if a caution's going to come out, you don't know if they're going to crash, if we're going to get overtime, if we're going to be close on fuel. We've got 2 laps to go, 3 miles left as they come across the start-finish line, and Bradley Rivers holds out of the race lead over Adam Bowden up on the top side.
Popsicle sticks in the air. Brad Rivers on the outside. Adam Bowden right behind him. And the sands of the hourglass are running out. Adam Bowden's really got to start thinking about making that move right now.
He's thinking about it, but he's staying with Rivers. To the bottom goes Carnathan. Does Rivers stay? He moves down to the bottom. Gilbert right behind Bowden now as they come to the white flag. 1 more lap, 1.5 miles to go from Atlanta Super Speedway. Mueller moves up to the top side, tried to take away second from Stan Carnathan. He's got a big push from Adam Bowden. We saw how this worked with the car, with a couple of car length lead coming up off of turn number 2 that last time. Carnathan goes down, side by side for the race lead. Here comes Mueller up on the top. Gilbert's gonna look in the middle. He's got nothing doing. Neither one of the top 2 have any help as they come up off of turn number 4. Who is it going to be? Mueller up on top, Rivers on the bottom. There's contact. It's Mueller as Rivers crashes hard across the line. Travis Gilbert comes home in 3rd. Kane Lee in 4th place. Michael York rounds out the top 5. Bradley Rivers did everything he could. He said checkered flag or the steering wheel, and well, he's got 2nd, and he's bringing that steering wheel home.
Man, what a finish.
That was very reminiscent of what we saw in the actual Cup Series here. I know it wasn't 3 wide, but once those top 2 got side by side, the guys behind them fell back, and it was just a drag race where Kent Mueller was able to get the job done, take that PNC Bank number 5 machine to victory lane. That Camaro looks strong on the front end here at Atlanta. Let's go ahead and see if we can talk with Kent Mueller, our race winner.
I'm out.
Kent, it's Liam and Alan up in the booth. We see you locked up against the wall here, but there's a lot to talk about there in those last 5, 10, 30, 60 laps. That was insane.
Oh yeah, definitely. We attempted to do a burnout, but we are officially out of gas.
Officially out of gas. Says now it looks like you're about to be jumped on the front straightaway by about 5 other cars.
Yeah, I'm getting a boost by my RMS teammates here, and wow, that was a crazy intense last, what was it, 30 laps or so after that restart. That was.
I think you guys went
I'm
46 laps on that final restart.
Yeah, I am absolutely speechless right now. To be honest with you guys, I'm just in shock that we pulled that out, and wouldn't have happened if teammates wouldn't have been working together like we did. So that this win is just equally as much for them as it is for me.
Well, we're taking a look here. We're going to watch it from the tower as we take the white flag here. You come around in 3rd place. You get a nice run up onto the top, and Adam Bowden gives you a huge push coming through turns 1 and 2. It gives you the chance to race with that 15. I mean, what does it take to perform at a track like this?
Really, to be honest with you, just teammates and communication. I had asked Adam, you got me to jump to the top. He said, up to you. I'm like, we're just going to go with it. And it's a big shove down the back and just carried the momentum. Sometimes it's all you need is just a little bit of luck on your side. And I just want to say shout out to Brad. Raced me extremely clean there. And it was a great finish.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal finish. You got the job done by 3/100ths of a second in yet another classic Atlanta photo finish. Is there anybody you want to thank for such a strong run getting that PNC Bank Camaro to victory lane?
Yeah, our PNC car was really good tonight. Just want to thank you guys for broadcasting every week, and thank my teammates. Thought I was kind of left for dead when I was involved in that caution around lap 95, and just shot myself in the foot with a speeding penalty. And it's kind of a blessing in disguise to save a little bit, just a little bit more bit of gas, and was able to bring it home.
Awesome stuff, man. Congratulations. And yeah, we see your attempt at a burnout and where you ran out of gas.
Yeah,
But,
thank you guys, appreciate it.
Yeah, congratulations, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next up is second place Bradley Rivers, and Alan, I think you're with Bradley.
Brad, this is Alan and Liam in the SRM booth. How's it going, bud?
Gotcha. What's up, guys?
I think you threw everything but the kitchen sink at Kent Mueller and still finished on the podium.
Yeah, I gave it my all here on that last 2 laps there, and I knew I wasn't going to have much help from behind, but hey, I'll take a P2 after all that melee that we had early on, so yeah, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, so, as you're coming to the checkered flag there, what was your thoughts as you're coming across the line to see the PNC car go right past you?
Yeah, I honestly thought it was ahead of him by like a fender, and then I just looked over to the right and I seen him out ahead of me out of 4, and I didn't want to hit him, on the trial there. I wanted to just try to get close to him in side draft, but hey, man, good win for Kent, and I'll take P2.
All right, and so, now we're moving into the thick of the season. So, what's your approach as we move more forward to the rest of the season?
Just being consistent and more or less working on my composure, trying to keep my cool through these races, and there's got some beef out there with some drivers, so I'm trying to keep cool on it and just try to keep my nose clean and finish these top, these podiums, and just try to advance in the lead or the points lead, or just try to get back up top.
Well, Brad, is there anybody that you'd like to thank to help get you here tonight?
I'd like to thank my sponsors, my team, Aeons, Motorsports. Those guys are a great team. It just feels good to get a good points run for us, and thank Raise Energy, my other sponsor, and thanks for you guys having a broadcast.
All right, Brad. Well, go celebrate that P2 with your team, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys.
And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and bring in Travis Gilbert. Travis, it's Liam and Alan up at the booth. You got a copy?
I do. How are you guys doing this evening?
Doing pretty good, man. I tell you what, you were incredible to watch all day. You sliced and diced through the field. You went from back to front. In the end, you just came up a couple spots short. Do you think there was anything you could have done to make a run here at the end?
Yeah, unfortunately, Alan and Liam, that caution that came out on lap 88, my teammate Tay McDonald and I were pitting, and something happened to his car. He said, he didn't hit the ignition, he didn't run out of fuel, but it's like his motor just blew up, but he didn't hit nobody. We just rolled through pit road. So the only thing that I could have had different was have that number 29 Racers for Christ Gone Wrong Racing GWR car in front of me. That would have gave me the best chance to win, the team the best chance. So I was kind of a lone ranger out there by myself. So, however, we'll take a 3rd place finish. That's the one thing that we really needed was I needed my teammate Tay McDonald to be up there. Man, we came through the field. That first stint there, we started at the back, like you said, from back to front. We basically controlled the race after that. So when that caution came out and I lost him, I knew it was going to be a dogfight at that point because I ain't got no friends in ECR, because I guess I posted this thing that said all we do is win, so that put a target on my team's back. So I'd like to apologize to my team for that, but I do have the moniker American Outlaw. We kind of do things our way, so I will say we had to fight for every inch of real estate on the track there. No friends there at the end. So yeah, I think that's, if I wanted to win, I needed the 29 car with.
Well, awesome stuff, Travis. I mean, you drove an incredible race. You almost looked like Austin Hill out there, the way he was carving up at Atlanta. Just weren't able to get there at the end. But that third place drive is definitely something to be talked about. Is there
I
anybody
appreciate it.
you want to give a shout out to or thank for such a strong run, getting it done in that Vet to Track number 22 car?
Yeah, this is gonna be a long list, so hold on for a second.
We got
First
time,
and
bud.
foremost,
Take your time. We got it.
all right. Well, it is a hard fall after a one race suspension, so I'm gonna try to clean things up. First and foremost, I'd like to apologize to you guys, the sim racing media, to all the Elite Cup racing people, drivers, racers, all the fans, families that support us. I said some stuff 2 weeks ago in the heat of the moment that got me a one race suspension and a 6 week probation. So I'd like to apologize, make that known, and come across and sincerely give that to you guys. I do apologize. With that being said, I'd like to thank God for just giving us this opportunity to be here with the friends that I got: Rob, Chris, Roth, Tay McDonald, Waylon, you guys for coming over, Sim Racing Media, and helping us put this out. Elite Cup Racing and all the admins that put up with drivers like me who get fiery and stuff like that, and just take this stuff for serious. My motto is, with the Vet to Track, you guys, and I appreciate you guys for that. I know it's a lot of stuff to say during the race broadcast, but it really means a lot to me, veterans, and all the family and friends who support Vet to Track. So really appreciate the Vet to Track guys, Jim Whittam, everybody that comes out and does something for them, whether it's volunteering or, I don't know if you guys know this, but in our country, 22 veterans kill themselves a day, commit suicide. So that's why I race the car number 22. It's not because I like Joey Logano. It's because I want to bring awareness to veteran suicide. So it's why I race my butt off to try to get at the front of the field, get the Vet to Track sponsor. I'm not just racing for myself. I'm racing for all the brothers and sisters that are battling through something and don't feel like they have anybody out there. So I'm out there. You can find me anywhere. You can reach out to the Vet to Track guys. If you're a veteran and you're struggling, just find somebody, man. You're not going through this alone. So with that being said, Races for Christ, Team Jesus, everybody that helps in one way or another keep us motivated to keep doing this stuff so we're not ending our lives, I appreciate everybody. And with that, I thank my family and friends, Terry, Tweet. I want to give a shout out to Rich, my mom, my kids, and pretty much, I guess that's it. Hopefully that's a better interview and I don't end up with another 1 week suspension.
Tell you what, that was a pretty good interview, and we appreciate what you do with Vet to Track, and that's actually a new drop of knowledge that you dropped on me here, the reason that you drive the number 22. I'm aware of the 22 a day program that's going on, that people are trying to reach out and help veterans who maybe feel like they don't have anyone to reach out to, and I think that's a really beautiful thing, and I love the fact that you drive the 22 for that reason. Big fan of the Vet to Track stuff that you and the guys do as well, but yeah, that's a really
Appreciate
cool
you.
knowledge bomb.
That's why it's called Battle and PTSD, one lap at a time. My buddy Jim Whittam came up with it. He's a 2-wheel enthusiast. I'm 4 wheels. When I strap into this sim, man, it literally gets me away from everything that I struggle with in life. So some of these people think I'm an but in reality, I have a severe passion for this. Like, it's an addiction for me. I'm literally addicted to this. This is my drug. If I had $1 billion in the world, I'd go build the biggest race shop and have friends of all over the place just be able to come in and see how things work and why the camaraderie of the racing world is the closest thing to the military world for me as a person. So that's why I apologize if you guys ever think that I'm really aggressive and come off very that bad word. So I'm trying to change that, but this is why, is because I literally am battling something that people take their lives for. That's what we never give up, man. That's the motto. You guys asked me how I won the Phoenix race, and I came across really frustrated and peed off. Really, I won that race because I never give up. I keep fighting for all the veterans who are struggling the same that I'm struggling.
Awesome stuff, Travis. I mean, congratulations on the P3 finish. And yeah, we love you. We appreciate what you do, and glad to talk to you. Hopefully we'll be talking to you again next week. Or maybe not.
I appreciate you
next week,
guys.
but the week
I
after.
really do. Thank you. Thank you for everything you guys do for the VettaTrack. I know it's a mouthful to say, but it's really important, and I so appreciate you guys for doing it. So I really got to get that out there and just really spread the love and say thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. It is very important, and we love every word of it.
Thank you guys. You guys have a great night. Look forward to seeing you guys again. To everybody who knows a veteran that's struggling, just remind them never to give up, and please don't be that 22 a day.
Beautiful words from Travis Gilbert here as he comes home with the 3rd place finish. And, you know, he had a little bit to talk about after his Phoenix interview. And, you know, I mean, the apology is definitely appreciated, and hopefully it goes as far as it needs to. But as far as we are, we've got to go through our race results here. Yes. That's our qualify results. Give us just one quick moment here. There we go. Kent Mueller gets the job done by 3/100ths of a second over Bradley Rivers. Travis Gilbert, Kane Lee, and Michael York round out the top 5. Michael Carter, Adam Bowden, Dwayne Furtick, Kyle Diaz, and Stan Carnathan in the top 10. Then we have Dylan Picklesheimer, Doug D. Nice, Robert Roth, Tay McDonald, and Tyler Burden making up the top 15. Move on to the next page to finish out our results. John Osborne, Aaron Miller, Sam Taylor, 17 South, Pete Walsh, Alan Holtzman, and Waylon Turner rounding out the field today. It was an incredible race here in Atlanta. 250 miles went by way quicker than we expected. Only 4 cautions, I believe, throughout the course of this race, and a beautiful, beautiful photo finish coming across the line. We couldn't have asked for any more here, Alan.
No, absolutely not. Boy, this is exciting. I just, I struggle sometimes figuring out what version of Atlanta I like the best from the sim. Do I like the old one? The old one races really well. Then the new one puts on shows like this. And, before you close it out, we just got to say, if you're struggling with anything, you don't have to be a vet. I mean, PTSD affects everybody, all shapes and sizes. Just talk to somebody, just talk to somebody. Look, you matter to somebody. Everybody matters to somebody. So, with that being said, Liam, Blue, it's on you now.
Yeah, we'll do our normal closing, and of course we'll throw in, if you're a veteran, if you're struggling with anything, please reach out to somebody. If you're not a veteran and you're struggling with something, please reach out to somebody, because there are plenty of people on this planet who are glad to have you around. With that being said, we'll quit with the heavy-hitting topics and look forward to the next couple of weeks here on Sim Racing Media. As Alan mentioned, we got Western States on Tuesday that both of us will be up in the booth for. We got Sunday night NASCAR, or Monday night Xfinity rather, tomorrow. Some great racing coming up. Thanks guys for tuning in, and just a reminder, as you walk through the streets of life, please don't play in traffic. Have a good night, folks.